Greg, thank you for joining us.
Lori, it's good to be here.
Here's a question. Is there a client list or not, and will we ever know whose names are on it?
Lori, I don't think there is a client list per se, but I think we're going to know who was on that plane, who was at that private island, and who may have engaged in sex trafficking with underage girls.
Now, let's talk more about that flight list. No client list, but look at everything that came out in the Ghislaine Maxwell case. Flight logs, as you mentioned, FBI files. What can we glean from that could be helpful in the public's right to know?
Here's the problem. People are up in arms wanting to see a list. What they should say is, we want to see the file. Look at the Ghislaine Maxwell case when she was tried in 2020 and convicted of sex trafficking, enticing minors to engage in sex trafficking. There were a lot of powerful exhibits. Flight manifest. Interestingly, their initials, there's identifiers for people.
A signature from the pilot, the lone pilot?
The same pilot, flight after flight after flight. Exhibit number 66RR in that trial. Also in a trial, you're going to get FBI 302s. What's an FBI 302? Those are memorandums of investigation, and I guarantee you if they're released, they're going to contain information. Recently, that's been confirmed by former Epstein lawyer Alan Dershowitz, who is echoing the theory there's not a list per se, but the information is there.
Now, just because you're on a flight list doesn't mean you're guilty of crimes against these underage girls.
It does not, but you know, the other documents that have been released and have been heavily redacted is, for example, visitors massage list. So, you know, it's going to be only a matter of time, and if people, especially the media, keeps turning up the temperature, if John Q. Public keeps filing FOIA's, Freedom of Information Act requests,
which you can do,
I think you're going to see these released, and it's a matter of semantics. There may not be a client list, but there sure as heck is information to say who was there and might have engaged in sex trafficking and sex acts with minors. And Lori, during the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, there was over 100 victims identified, 4 testified. This isn't about celebrity. It's not about politics. This is about whether people were involved in sex trafficking. It should be investigated and prosecuted.
And justice for these young victims. Now, before I let you go, what about what Congressman Tim Burchett has said? He thinks Ghislaine Maxwell should be subpoenaed to testify before the House. Is that the next step in an effort to get these records released?
I think that's an excellent idea from Congressman Burchett. However, she's got a pending appeal. She's alleged that the plea agreement Jeffrey Epstein signed in 2008 in the Southern District of Florida protected her as a co-conspirator. So I think she would take the fifth. Wait till that appeal cycles through the Supreme Court. I think it'll be quickly denied, and that would be a great witness, and I'm waiting for Tim to ask the first question.
We'll see what happens next. Thank you, Greg.
And if you have a legal question, send it to AskIsaacs@WATE.com. And remember, we talk with Greg every Wednesday at 5:30 right here on Channel 6. And for a deeper conversation, you can watch right now on WATE 6+.